Tempest Tuesday.
Hey.
What's going on? How you doing?
Good. How are you? Thank you for asking.
Doing good. Blessed, sister, blessed. Let's talk to him. You living or you surviving?
Am I living or am I surviving? I feel like I'm living.
Explain.
I'm young. I'm 24.
That's right.
So I feel like more so I'm living and I'm learning.
Right.
But I'm as well in survival, but it's not really much survival mode.
Right.
It's just staying to be able to be alive.
Real.
Yeah, so that's me.
Respect. Welcome to the Integrity Response with your brother, CEO Khacki. Every individual sitting across from me doesn't believe in being typical, ordinary, or familiar. They're elite, meaning society's norms don't sit well with them. They believe in raising the bar for themselves, family, and for those they may never meet. From those in humble beginnings to those in the midst of greatness and legends who've paved the way. With a comedic edge, I will ask the questions that hold value, and I believe we'll gain insight to the real them. It's the Integrity Response. Tempest, let's talk to him. Let's take him back. Before journalism and podcasting, at the age of 9, what did you want to be?
What did I want to be at the age of 9?
Come on, that's what's
I
up.
was growing up. I grew up.
Right.
I grew up I'm a industry baby.
Okay.
So my mom and my brother was in the entertainment business.
For sure.
So growing up, I really didn't really have a normal childhood. I would
Gotcha.
say it wasn't like, of course, crazy,
Right.
but it was more of everything that was around me was basically music, entertainment, TV. So I pretty much was like, as a kid, I'm like, dang, this is cool.
This is
So
right.
it's like, why not? Like,
Real.
So I feel like this is what pretty much I always wanted to do.
That's dope.
It's really surprising to tell people that because it's not really like the normal thing
It's
at
not.
the age of 9.
Real.
Like, I want to be in the industry.
That's right.
But it was like, why not? I feel like the world revolves around entertainment,
That's so true. So true.
regardless.
That's right.
So I wouldn't see myself doing nothing else.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's what's up. Definitely. Any siblings?
I do. I have a brother. I have a god sister, but
Okay.
she's like raised like my real sister. But
Real.
yeah, brother and sister.
For sure. Where do you fall?
Say it again.
Where do you fall between those three?
I'm the baby.
You're the baby.
But
Okay.
I'm also
All right.
the baby of my cousins, my grandma, grandpa.
Gotcha.
Like
Right.
I'm the baby on my dad and my mom's side.
So you're spoiled.
Yes.
Yes. That's real. Okay, gotcha. What type of kid were you? Besides
type of
being
kid?
spoiled.
Restful.
Gotcha.
I was
like
very
that.
restful. My own mind. I feel like I didn't take no for an answer as a kid, and I still don't to this
Gotcha.
day.
I respect that.
Yeah, and then I feel like I always had character. Like, pretty much if you knew me as a kid, you were like, okay, she's going to be something.
Something. Like, don't know what, but she's
Don't know
set
what, but
apart.
she's going to be something.
Real.
And then I feel like being with my name, I stand out the most. And that comes with pros and cons, though. Because you being the only person around you with this name, it's like if they're like, oh, Tempest, you know who you're talking about.
Real.
So that's pros and cons, though. It's like I like it sometimes, but I don't like it sometimes.
The measuring stick for you has always been a little bit higher.
Yeah, because it's like my name sticks out. It's
Right.
not something you hear on a normal basis.
That's right.
Or if anybody wanted to say anything towards my name, it's like, okay, well, I really in Atlanta, I really only know that one person.
That's real.
Tempest. So 9 times out of 10, it's like, do I believe it or do I don't? But it's
Gotcha.
like, it's only one person.
It's real.
So
It's
yeah.
real for sure. What favorite subject in school?
Favorite subject in school? Art.
Art. Real.
Yeah.
Real.
Art. I mean, only because I feel like I always had like the eye of something,
Gotcha.
especially in school though. As a kid, if you went to school with me, I was known for clothes, like my
Gotcha.
clothes. That was
Fashion,
the main thing for me was clothes. That was before like I had a hobby or what's not, but clothes was what you knew me by.
Gotcha. For sure. So, which leads me to the next question. In high school, fill in the blank. In high school, I was known as a kid that
I was known as the kid that stood out.
real.
Yeah.
So you already knew. So now we're moving from high school. Were you destined for college? Was that something mom, dad, everybody wanted you to
No, of course my parents wanted me to try it, but it wasn't more of a thing like, oh, you have to do this.
Right.
Because they knew how, like, they raised us and how we grew up. So it was more so, I think my mom and dad knew, like, okay, she'll try school, but she knows, like, what route she's gonna go in.
Gotcha.
And I would say, like, I'm in school right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm getting a certificate, though, for marketing. So it's digital marketing.
That's what's up.
So do I regret not going to school? In some ways, yes, because it probably could have me more further than where I am now.
Okay.
But I would have loved to go to a HBCU.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so parts of me be like, maybe I should have. But then again, it's like I still made my rounds. I was still like around people and stuff like that. But I was also a part of a lot of my years in school. I was homeschooled.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Was that because of the type of industry your parents, everybody was in?
So like first through third grade, I was homeschooled. And then in high school, I left in 10th grade. And then I finished in homeschool again.
So how did that being, from the industry, homeschool, being popular, everybody knowing who you are, how did all those different areas
I feel like it helped me be able to adapt to a lot of places and not being like so stuck, because a lot of people go to be homeschooled and they don't really like know the outside world.
Gotcha.
But I feel like with my family being into what they were into, that helped a lot of me having that type of personality or being able to like talk to people or older people, have real conversations. So I'm grateful for the experience, because like I said, it's not something like you really hear all the time.
That's true. That's a fact. Mm-hmm. What was your favorite sitcom growing up?
Favorite sitcom growing up? Proud Family.
What was it called?
Proud Family.
Proud Family. Mm-hmm. I've never heard anybody say that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Proud Family.
Gotcha. That's dope. That's dope.
I like the energy of it. Felt like real timing of living in a black household.
Real.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Mm-hmm. What type of books inspired you? What changed you the most? What book changed you the most?
I would say when reading books, I was more into like real girly books. So like anything like Gossip Girl 101. Like I feel like those challenged my inner childhood. Right. Because like I said, all around me was like more like older. I feel like I had to kind of grow up fast. Gotcha. So it was more of a like, I read books and everything, but a lot of stuff with me was like very hands-on, like going and seeing and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. With that type of industry growing up with your family.
Yeah.
First job. What type of first job did you have?
My first job ever, I was working with my uncle. He does a lot of work with campaigns. So like people into politics and stuff like that. So he offered me my first job, probably like when I was like 15.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's what's up. That's dope. Mm-hmm.
And I've done like work with NAACP with my mom and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
So now it goes back to the marketing, like the certificate, like that's all marketing, whether it's guerrilla marketing, and that's what it was for sure. Mm-hmm. So that's dope. So it's not just in this realm. I mean, entertainment spreads across the entire.
All over.
It does, for sure, for sure. Let me ask you this: if you could go back 6 years removed, if you could go back at 18 and tell your 18-year-old self something, what would it be?
18. 18. What was I doing at 18? What could I tell myself? Enjoy being 18. And I think I did enjoy being 18, but I also was like moving so fast. My mom used to always say all the time, like, slow down. And I don't think I really understood it until like I got older. Gotcha. Because I probably could have been more like hands-on to what I wanted to do, which I was, but I feel like I could have put more efforts into it, and then like of people that I was around me and everything, because growing up I was an eyeball all around. Gotcha. Because nobody really like matched what I've been through or like what I'm aiming to go for. Right. So it's like you being the eyeball around a lot of people, even your friends, is like I had to actually after high school I had to separate. Mm-hmm. I had to figure that out.
That's real. Yeah. Like in the sense you grew up faster, more mature. Mm-hmm. Like, wait a minute, guys, I'm 18, but my mind isn't, 18, but you saw something different in you. Yeah. And then also.
And I feel like I was the only one that could do it for me. Like, no, like I would try to like, bring people and like to help the process of like where I wanted to go or even help others, but it was like only you can want what you want. So I had to be dolo for a while just to go jumpstart. And I went back and got those people. But
that's real.
At those moments, I had to be by myself.
Real. I was listening to a podcast with Michelle Obama. She was saying, when we went to the mountaintop, we had to go alone.
Yeah.
And then we came back in for the ones that were ready. They had to be ready, but we came back, but we had to go first.
Yeah.
And that's real.
And don't get me wrong, I had people saying like, oh, you're Hollywood, or you think you're better, or you think this, you think that. But it was like, you only gonna understand when you see. And that sucks of how people think. They only understand until the train is going. So
Wow. And I also, saying that one of my favorite quotes is, dogs don't bark at parked cars. You know what I mean? So they see you on the move.
Yeah.
So they have something to speak about.
So now it makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So real. That's real. We spoke on camera regarding the Mizunderstood Podcast.
Yeah, shout out to Mizunderstood.
Come on, you already know it. You know it. You are. You spoke on 2022 is when I believe you went to video.
Yes.
But prior, you was on webcam during the pandemic in 2020. What created that start 4 years ago of just, all right, this is what I'm going to do? What created that?
So I wanted to, at the time, which I still do in some ways, I wanted to do A&R work.
Gotcha.
Which is like artist development. So I was very much really into helping people become the star that they wanted to be. And then showcasing people that are not getting highlighted. Because I feel like a lot of there's a lot of talent out there that people don't see because they only are looking for the ones who already are jumpstart.
Right, the brighter stars.
So I was feeling like I needed to highlight the people that are really like trying to get out there. So that's what I wanted to do. And I have this YouTube video. I actually could send it to you.
Okay.
Where when I got out of high school, I had made the video like, I was saying, it sounds so corny now, but I was like, I'm going to have like so-and-so on my show one day. Woo, 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 woo. And then it turned out it was like, 4 years later that I started to do exactly what I said. So yeah, I just wanted to highlight different people and being able to show. And Mizunderstood was more of a thing that I felt growing up.
Go ahead. I was going to get to that too.
Yeah.
Mizunderstood, social norms. We spoke about, going from high school to college, things like that. The norm. Mizunderstood. You label it that. Do you feel like, in this walk of life, you're
misunderstood?
Not even misunderstood. Like you're not. You said you don't fit in. 18, I had to cut off people, things like that. Do you feel like you're
still that?
In a sense, I'm trying to use another word, but do you feel like that's just who you are?
Yes.
Like, real.
I don't think I would change the name. I think it fits. It's just an inner thing where I feel it. Even if somebody sit here and like tell me like, oh, I get what you're saying. In my head, I'm like, no, you don't.
Wow.
Because I feel like I'm very much misunderstood of who I am before people meet me.
Gotcha.
When they see me, I'm labeled already.
Gotcha.
And that even just because based off my look or like what I put out there in the world. But being misunderstood had came after a while, like, because like I said, I always grew up well dressed,
Gotcha.
Look, you would never think nothing's like, wrong or anything because it's a lifestyle.
Right,
I was raised in a lifestyle.
For sure, that's right.
It's not more of you're doing it just to do it. It's a lifestyle to me. So I feel like what I go through shouldn't dictate of like, oh, is that true? Is that her life? Because I will say, family wise, I was be able to see two different worlds.
Gotcha.
Growing up, my family was wealthy.
Okay.
Yeah, and then of course, as being normal, people go through things.
Right.
Life switched.
Right.
And it was like, okay, we were here to here.
That's right.
But I don't regret it.
Gotcha.
Like, I don't regret it because I feel like if it didn't happen, I wouldn't be sympathetic to a lot of people in the world.
Wow.
And I feel like that's with me of not judging people. So I do feel like, life situations are real, as really than people take them. Because I feel like being young in this new generation is like we're so judgy or like who don't have this and who don't have that, or you don't have this money, you don't have this amount of money. But it really just doesn't matter because I feel like things can be taken away from you so fast. So like you have to value it as you have it, and don't mean it never will come back.
Right.
But I do feel like I will never regret that experience because I think that's who made me who I am.
Real.
which is why.
And I grew up with my
sense.
parents, and like it was never like we had secrets of like what was going on. There's pros and cons to that, but it's like, in other words, it's honesty, and it also just helps you when you become an adult.
It does.
Yeah.
Like they broke everything down in layman's terms. Like, hey, you know, we were this, blah, blah, you know, walk with us on this journey.
And money doesn't really mean anything.
It doesn't. It's a tool. It's all it is a tool. While we on this, I normally ask this later in the interview. Money or time? Which one means more to you?
Time. Because you can't get it back. Yeah,
Integrity.
time.
Real. Why is time so important? You know, we spoke on 18 years old, your mom saying, you know, Tempest, slow down. You know, like, where do you get that ambition? Why does time mean so much to you? Where do you get that ambition? Where does that stem from?
Because I never want to leave this earth with saying I regret doing something.
Come on.
I be living. I'm not going to lie. I live my life, whatever anybody says about me. I don't care.
Why do you not care? Is that the misunderstood part of you?
Yeah, and then it's just like, if I don't do it, who's going to do it? And then I feel like my experience is not your experience, vice versa. So it's like, why would I? If you tell me like, and this is not to say that I don't listen to what people say, like I'll hear you out, and I'm, of course, not going to do anything to jeopardize my life. But I don't feel like your experience is my experience. I wouldn't want to tell somebody, no, don't do that. And if I tell them don't do that, they done missed out on something.
Gotcha.
So it's like you also just never know what can happen with the risk you take.
That's true. But you are a risk taker.
Yeah, for sure.
One of my favorite quotes is, you could be great or you could be safe. Can't be both.
No.
You know what I mean? I love that quote. You know, like, so you taking this risk, going out on a limb, becoming your own, to be great. You're not doing anything normal.
No.
You knew that early on. And I'm dating back 20. So you were 20 years old taking on interviews in the pandemic. Just, where do you get that fear everybody has? This ain't easy. You know, like what we do is like, you're absorbing every part of everybody's energy. So to sit in front of them, it takes a lot. Where do you get that at this young age to be able to do something like that?
I just, I think it's more of a dreaming and a faith thing. Like, I feel like the relationship I have with God is trust.
That's right.
So it's like, when I do something, I feel like I get the most benefit of it than not doing it.
Gotcha.
So I like to go for it just because, like I said, I never know what might happen or what that next move might be. And I wouldn't want to miss out on adding to my impact.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's real. It's real. You let me ask you this. There's a new question I asked. Scale 1 through 10. Where do you rate your grind?
Where do I rate my grind? My ego could tell you 10.
Go ahead.
But my inner
Real.
could maybe tell you 7, because I could do better.
It's the integrity response.
Yeah.
I respect that. That's right. That's right. But that's real. Like, you know, it takes that. Like, because like, we are our own measuring stick.
Right.
So that's real. We're like, man, okay, I could be doing this better. I could do this better.
Yeah, but your ego like, oh, I am better. Like, who can touch me? That's my mind. But in the inner, I feel like I'm a good 7. Because I got ways to go. Because I'm self-taught in everything I do. So it's more of a like, I'm learning a learning experience. So I feel like I could be doing way better.
What's something you learned about yourself interviewing others?
Learned about myself interviewing others. I would say, I would have to say the aura I carry.
Gotcha.
Because my show is not a normal podcast, because I feel like you have all these different shows out here where the interviews turn into something of clickbait.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't have clickbait.
You don't.
So for me, it's like, if you watch it, you watch it. If you don't, you don't. I don't want to never put something out where the person who leaves from sitting in front of me feels terrible. I would never want to feel like that. And that be happening to people. And I know it feels so terrible, because at the end of the day, these celebrities and stuff are human beings.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And people don't.
People don't care about that because they want the views. And the difference in mine is if you watch it or you don't. But I'm not about to do something for some views. I'm not doing it.
Since that's part of why I labeled this
and
integrity.
that's why it's misunderstood, because people are misunderstood. And it's like, I treat the show like a therapy session.
Real.
I don't talk that much. I do.
I know.
Yeah, but I don't. And I get what is it? Backflash on that a lot. People be in my comments like, oh, you aren't talking enough, or like, why aren't you saying too much? But that's on purpose, because that's the thing, they're not heard. And that's how I feel. So it's more of a relatable type of thing. Yeah.
Like a therapy session. I'm here to listen.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask the question, but I want you to talk. Yeah.
Real. Because we're doing our just by,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
showing the good side.
Yeah, right, that's right. You're in the hot seat. This is you.
So while everybody else showing the bad side of whoever, I would want to show the other side that people don't get to see.
How does it feel being in the chair right now on the opposite side?
I love it.
Come on.
I like it. I want to do more of these.
That's real.
I like it. It helps you see other people's different perspectives, or what they want to know about you. And I love your show. I like it. I was telling my mom that your name was really, really like living or surviving is dope.
Yes, man. You know, sis, that, you know, I thought I was living for a long time. Realized I was just surviving, like just day to day surviving.
And that's not healthy.
It is not. And I said, for everybody I come in contact with, you know, friends, family, colleagues, like that's what I ask everybody. And it just puts this thing like, man, wait a minute, am I?
Right.
What am I doing? Am I seizing the day? You know, carpe diem, you know, so yeah, that's real. That's real, sis.
Yes, thank you.
Let me ask you something. What is something you learned about those around you in the last year?
It's been a hell of a year.
Wow.
Last year was a hell of a year. I would say people around you. Can I curse?
Of course.
Don't take no shit. Because you can be so nice. I'm nice.
Sis,
integrity.
You saying
I'm nice. So I feel like you can be so nice that you end up just taking shit just because you're nice. And it's like nice gets you nowhere.
Why? Okay.
It does, but it don't. Genuinely, it just doesn't.
No, I'm absorbing that because it's so honest.
Yeah, no, don't take no shit.
You know, nice guys finish last. Kindness is weakness.
Yeah, because you can help out so many people, or you could be there, but you have to be okay with being that person and being able to be like, okay, I might not get that same energy that I'm like putting out. And that's just the biggest thing. It's just don't be okay with that.
Do you, in our line, which is service, giving, do you feel like, you know, not saying some guests take advantage of your giving? How do you cope? How do you manage with that while you know, in a sense, hey, I'm Tempest Tuesday. Like, all right, you know, you're looking at me now. You're looking at Tempest Tuesday, you know, 29 years old in 5 years, you know. How do you remain humble with that regard of like, okay, how do you remain humble with that?
Boundaries.
Right.
And just staying who you are, because nobody can take away who you are. So just because how somebody else acts doesn't really, and you can kill people with kindness. Right. You don't even have to be nasty about it. You can be very nice about it, but it's still gonna hit to know like, I'm not taking no shit. Gotcha. And I experienced that even with working with different companies, and you just realizing like people don't really care about you like they say they do.
Do you realize in this, everybody's out for themselves?
Yes. Oh, yes. Everybody's fending for themselves at this point. That's why it's so sticky, I feel like, in the entertainment business of growing very genuine relationships, because really, in real honesty, it's what you can do for me. That's life. And if you can't, then it's disposable. Right. All right. See you next time. That's real, though. Yeah. But because the track record, you know, you interview 100 artists, 5 may go and remember Tempest Tuesday. And then later in their careers, like, yeah, I remember she gave me my first. How do you, you know, and these are selfish questions, you know, how do you, for me, how do you, as a baby veteran in this game, take on those that you know have no means of being in front of you? Even if it's a monetary value attached to it. You're like, no, you haven't even put in the work
to be in front of me and everything I've put in?
I don't think I could say those words because I don't think that I'm to the point where I can act like that to somebody.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I need to learn that. I need to hear that.
And you don't really have to treat people like they're not really anything because they are something. It might not be like to the top standards, but you can probably be interviewing somebody today, what we're in April, and they could literally be somebody by August.
That's a fact.
And you just never know.
Never know.
So I think it's more of a like, not more of a, is it like a worth it thing? It's, does it make sense?
Time.
Yeah.
You know, time. Because time means a lot.
Yeah.
You know, the money doesn't mean anything. It's the time. Real. I need to learn that. Respect. Because I go through a lot of that. And I can only imagine what you go through.
Yeah, I get a lot of people wanting to come onto my show, and it's not more of, I don't want to tell you like, oh, I don't think it's worth it. Does it make sense? Like, that's all I need to know is, does it make sense? Like, it don't mean it doesn't have to make sense right now. It might make sense in a few months and we can circle back. But I'm not telling you no. I'm just saying, like, does it make sense? And if you think it does, or if I do think it does, yeah, let's run it.
Real. What personality trait do you think is most important to be successful as you are in this podcasting multimedia space?
Being humble, staying true to yourself and authentic, communication, and standing your guard. It's hard. I think women have more of a harder time than men.
Not even think. I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you do.
It's more different because you have to literally like make them take you serious. Like you have to force it instead of just like doing what you do. Doing what you're doing could be enough to you, but like to men, they'll just look over us when really y'all need us.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It's a different lens.
Yeah.
It's a different.
At the end of the day, y'all need us.
At the front of the day. It's real. That's a fact. It's real. Let me ask you this. Everything you got going on right now, you know, in this current climate, building your brand. I spoke off camera about when to add pieces to your team. Are you making time for yourself?
I am now. Yeah. I feel like my run from 2021 to about summertime 2023, I feel like I was on go. And I feel like I was trying to share my time with so much of that was around me.
Gotcha.
Friends, relationships, family, work. And I was just on the go I was busy. I was just so busy. And it felt good to be busy. But once you feel burnt out though, you start to get creative block. So it's more of a like, dang, now I don't feel like doing anything. And I'm also the type of person that with my interviews and interviewing people, I really be hoping that people come with good energy because I feed off energy.
That's right.
So if you're high, I'm high. If you're low, and I'll try to bring you, but if I'm not feeling like it's getting there, it's going to bring me like really, really down.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's another thing, you know. And it takes a lot. Just like I said, you know, to be in this space, you have to be a humble servant.
Yeah.
You know, because some may come in with the arrogance or some may come in with the, all right, you know.
And I will say, I've never really had to interview someone where I was like, felt like nasty about it. I'll say shout out to all my guests that I've had.
That's right.
Because I feel like without them, I probably wouldn't be where I am. I started my show a year and a half now. I have 68 videos on YouTube.
Come on now. That's what's up. That's what's up. And how does that, you know, so, you know, like you're a student of the game. You know, I'm watching Club Shay Shay before, you know, like before you come in, like this is a student. Want to be the best we could be. What's some podcasts you study, like to kind of?
Joe Budden.
Real. Likewise.
I'm going Joe Budden. I like what's her name? Is it Abby? Is her name Abby? No.
The newest one?
Yes, the new girl.
Bobby Althoff.
Yes, Bobby.
Classic.
I like Bobby. You don't know I like Bobby?
Go ahead. It's that part.
Other people don't like Bobby.
It's that misunderstood part of you.
I like Bobby.
I do too.
I like her because people don't like her.
I get it.
But I get it. And I started
to
notice that she really do like, she's not as bad as like what it seems. And I love Funny Marco. I support his hustle. Like I like Funny Marco. And then this might sound a little, and I like Angie Martinez.
Classic. That's the in real life. I love that. Yeah, in real life.
And even though she just started and it's not more of a what's it called? More she doesn't really drop too much. I will
Anymore.
say
She did. I don't know what
no,
stopped it.
not her. I was about to say Carisha, Young Miami.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna say why I like her. I like the show because it's authentic.
Real.
It's authentic, and she's being herself.
Gotcha.
Like, cause you know, I feel like back then, before like podcasts really got to where everybody wanted a podcast,
Right.
people used to limit it on who can have a podcast.
That's true.
Because you either
Had to have it.
I was told when I first started my show in person that I did not have the voice.
Wow.
I was really told that. So it was like, for me, I feel like that isn't so important to being able to be someone and people telling like you can't do anything just because of what things used to be or it's supposed to be the rules. Like, ain't no rules to this shit. So I feel like it doesn't matter who you are, what you sound like, you know? So I was definitely told I did not have the voice to start by. And that was probably like around when I dropped 3 videos. I kept going.
Does that drive you?
Yes, when people tell me I can't do something, I'm going to do it. I got to.
Now I
have to show you. I have to make you stand on what you said. Like, I got to do it. And I'm not mad at you for saying it.
No. It's I'm prior military. That boot camp instructor. I look back. I didn't like it at the time, but I look back at it and it was like, man, thank you.
Yeah.
You whipped me into something I needed for my life. So that's real. That's real for sure. For sure. About 30 seconds of your time. I really appreciate your support. With every interview, my aim is to bring integrity and fun back to the culture, and I can't do it without you. If you're enjoying this episode, please hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. I appreciate you. Back to the interview. Let me see, from your perspective, from this lens, everybody, you know, and I would say, what would you say, are recording artists that you, percentage-wise, that you interview? What would you say? Would it be 75%, 50%, 90%?
Now where I am, I would say it's a good 75. Yeah,
Gotcha.
75 is nonsense. It's music artists.
Gotcha. Do you believe artistry is still about the art?
No. It's all
integrity.
Cause we're in a microwave area. So like I don't say everybody's not a star, but what it took to be a star is not the same.
That's important. For even you to 24 to even know what it even took back then. Like,
different. I mean, look what Destiny Child, Beyonce, Michael Jackson went through, and now you look at today's. It's like, oh, let me go upload this to TikTok.
Wow.
And it might just hit.
It might just.
You never know. You literally never know. But it's good and it's a bad thing because then you have the artists out here that's been like working for years.
Right.
And necessarily they haven't hit their moment yet.
Gotcha.
But then you will have somebody who popped out just jumping off the porch and they blow up tomorrow. But I don't think it's nothing towards that person who jumped off tomorrow.
It's not.
Tomorrow. But I feel like they just got their moment and it was their timing and everything. And it just could be that hit you putting out just probably ain't talking about that.
That's why I was speaking about the entitlement.
Yeah.
Do you feel like a lot of artists are entitled? You know, and that's what I was speaking on, even your platform, things like that, because it's, you know, it's so much so I had to put an automated response, you know, on Instagram because it was just getting almost like, okay, we'd be here all day, every day,
right,
interviewing everybody if we was just generous. How do you deal with the entitlement, you know, with recording artists, you know?
Are you asking how do I scout?
No,
basically, or
I know you do your scouting, you know, like
or the ones that come to me.
The ones that come to you.
I think it's definitely I have to go by a chart.
Okay.
Do I feel like the music sounds like, can I bop to it?
Right.
Content.
Gotcha.
Your page has to look like something. It has to look like something.
That is
because content matters more than your song now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not like this.
And yeah, so content is definitely that. And then 3, are you networking?
Real.
Because maybe your verse might not be hitting, you might go find somebody else to hop on the song that makes the song 10 times better.
Real. Top 5 recording artists.
Oh, we going girl or guy?
Top. Just top 5. All time.
All time. All time.
across every board, not even just hip hop. Just
Okay. Beyonce.
okay.
Michael Jackson. Tap into more of the younger too. I'ma go Young Thug.
Classic.
Future.
Wow.
Future, because
Go ahead.
Future is 40 something.
We don't see it now.
And
I would say
nobody
about
knows. Nobody can
42,
tell.
40
Nobody
It's-
can tell.
I often say when you reach a certain pinnacle, age
It's crazy.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, because, like, Jay-Z kept going till he was older. I'm not going to forget about Jay-Z either, but I feel like with Future, his more of a, I think it's so important to, even if he chose to be able to continue to put out music for this long, you being able to stay connected to the younger culture
Right.
and to basically stay tapped in and not even come off corny is amazing. Like, he's been out for a long, ever since I was in middle school, elementary maybe.
It's been 15 years,
It's been
2009.
It's been 15 years.
Yes.
That's a long time for you to still stay irrelevant. Like, and for people to not be like, oh, you fell off. Because people say that in a minute.
That's
And
a
nobody
fact.
ever says that about him.
They can't.
You can't.
Who's the number 5? Number 5.
Number 5, I'm gonna give another girl rapper. With bars too. I think I want to give the flowers to someone that's my age.
Okay.
I'm going to say Lotto, cause she comes from where I come from.
Southside.
Yeah.
Likewise.
So
Clayco.
and
Come on
growing
now.
up,
That's
we
real.
went to the rival schools against each other.
God, wait a minute. You
Yeah,
from Clayton
I'm from
County?
Clayton County.
Sis, I didn't know you were from Clayton County.
Yes.
I'm Morrow 03.
Yes, I'm Clayton County.
Real?
Yeah.
What school do you go to?
MD Roberts.
Come
Mount
on, man. That's
Zion.
what's up. Yeah. That's dope.
So
That's
her
what's
being
up.
a rival and then being able to see, because I went to even like her parties, being a younger girl in middle school,
Right.
we go to her parties.
Right.
So being
That's
able
dope.
to see from a kid to see now, she deserves it.
That's dope.
She deserves it.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yes.
Yeah, you want some more? Oh, you good?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
That
So I
is-
gotta give her flowers, and I feel like she goes bar to bar.
That is dope.
And
Yes,
she's
she
tea.
does. Yes, she
She's
does.
tea, and her grinding to really show you, because it kind of gives you more of a it gives you a feeling like, okay, you can make it too.
That's right. For
Especially
sure.
when you
That
when,
is-
when you know of someone that you done seen go from here to here, it's like, yeah, you
Right.
can do it too.
interview. Is that a prospect?
I want to.
Dope. sis.
Because I
Dope.
want to do one of the Spider-Man moments.
That's
like,
dope.
okay, yeah.
That's right. Right. That's dope.
Definitely.
That's
But it's a
dope.
lot of people from Clayton County that
That's
I would
right.
love to work with.
Give me 2 or 3.
Anicia. You know Anicia?
I don't.
So she's from the South Side too. And then who else? South Side wise. Anicia, Lotto.
Sure.
I've already interviewed. You did too. You had her on your show. Asian A. That's my
Asian
girl.
A. Yes. I see you interviewed Asian A, I think twice.
Yes, that's my girl.
Classic. That's right.
Cause she's from
Great
Riverdale.
people, man. That's right. That's right. For sure. Click all day. That's what's up. Dope,
Yeah.
dope. Let me ask you this. Tempest Tuesday, music off, driving down the highway. What's on your mind?
What I'm listening to?
What's on your mind? Music off.
Music off. What I'm about to do to add some value to whatever I got going on right now.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
What's
That's-
next?
always thinking
I'm
about
always
what's
thinking about
next.
what's next.
That's what
Because when
everybody
I'm
sees.
not, I feel like I'm going insane. Like, what is next for me to do? Because I can't sit for too long. Because then I feel like I'm not helping my purpose come alive.
Real.
Sitting ain't doing nothing but wasting my time and taking my time away.
Gotcha. Wow. Let me ask you this. Outside of music, what's some things you're working on, outside of multimedia? What's some things you're working on?
I'm about to drop my bathing suit line.
Come on. That's what's up. Definitely. That's what's up.
In the next month.
Okay.
And then I actually like making music on my free time. Yeah, and I'm wanting to get into acting.
Come on.
Yeah, but I do. I make music on my free time. It kind of
Dope.
ties into my whole little thing. And you never know, maybe in a year, I might be a rapper on your TV screen. maybe
Real.
one day. Because I'm just into the whole...
You're an artist.
Yeah.
It's artistry.
And somebody asked me one time, like, what is your title? I don't like that. I don't like the name. I don't like giving myself a title because why do I know I have to, of course, put on paper and stuff like the main thing I do. But I feel like when you're a creative, 9 times out of 10, depending on what type of creative you are, you could do so many things.
That's a fact.
So I don't have a title. I feel like me is my title. You never know. It's in my bio on Instagram. You never know what I do. All I do until you ask me.
Real.
Don't just think that this is what I do. Mm-hmm.
Real.
Yeah, because I feel like if I want to put my mind in something, I'm going to do it.
When are we getting that album?
I don't know. Maybe maybe next year.
Come on, okay.
Maybe before the year's out.
While we on that, what causes your creative expression to where you're like, just say today, we're like, all right, finished everything I'm doing this. Like, what causes you to like put on a beat or receive one in the email or pull up to the studio? What causes that to be like, no, today is I'm recording today?
Well, what it started was I was my brother's biggest fan.
For sure. Okay, dope.
And when because he started off doing music. He doesn't do music anymore. He's just into the management side. Okay. So with him when I was little, I used to have to go everywhere he went to. Right. And I used to be mad sometimes, like, damn, you stopped in my life because of yours. But I'm grateful for it, though. Right. But I just felt like it's really different to be able to express, especially for people who can't really express themselves out in the open. I think with music, that is so dope because you never know what you can relate to on a lyric. And that don't mean you might relate to the whole song, but it might just be that one lyric where you like, damn, real. I relate to that.
Are you singing, rapping, or future thugging it?
I'm future thugging.
Come on now. I love it.
But I'm also trying to make everything make sense of who I am because I want to be professional. Music-wise, I haven't really I have to figure out my lane because I want it to align of who I am. Real. I don't want to rap about things I'm not doing.
Real. That's real.
Because I don't have the normal girl life. I'm not tricking niggas. Niggas not buying me. I'm buying my own things. Real. So it's like, and I'm not all about the, coochie talk, none of that. Cause it's like, it's not saying like I'm better than that. It's cool to have those fun songs, but I would really want to be spitting. Like I want to talk. I want to pop my shit.
A little bit of integrity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's real though.
Yeah.
While we on that, Tempest Tuesday, is it better to be loved or respected?
You can love me but not respect me. So respect it.
Integrity.
I like the saying, would you choose love or, I'm gonna ask you, would you choose love or loyalty?
Loyalty.
Yeah. Because you can love me, but that don't mean you won't stab me in my back. So, loyalty.
I often say love comes with a lot of entitlement.
Yeah. Too much and expectations. People expect way too much out of people. But loyalty, you would just forever know that no matter what, I got you. Real. And I feel like that feels way better than being like, oh, I love you. Those are 3 words.
Are you a natural introvert or extrovert?
I'm an ambivert. So I'm
That's
both.
Like both.
Yeah. Because I'm very much like, I'm social, but as I got older, I like being alone sometimes. Like, gotcha. But I also I was that kid in the house, like, because I have a sibling and my parents, right. But my brother would be all out and open, but I'm in my room.
Are you the type of person that will go to a party, club, whatever it is, but leave early?
Depending on the vibe. If I'm vibing, I'm enjoying it. But you always leave wherever your location is before at least 10, 15 minutes early because you just never know what goes down when it's over.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. That was a bar.
Yeah.
Just learned something new. It's real. So in this space, being fill me on that term again.
What?
The
ambivert.
Ambivert.
Mm-hmm. Ambivert.
Ambi. Mm-hmm. Almost like ambidextrous.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. And that's what I am. That's why.
But yeah, ambivert is you when you're both.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I'm ambidextrous. That's why, mm-hmm. literally am. So mm-hmm. That's crazy. So you are both. So that's almost like it's almost where everybody needs to be.
Yes. Yeah.
Real.
Mm-hmm.
Like just not too much, but that's right
there. Not too much, but right in the middle. Like I know how to chill, but I also know how I like to have fun and stuff like that. But I do like to, because when I'm processing things, I have to be able to just sit there and understand what's happening around me. Because I also think too much. I think way too much sometimes. Because I'm indecisive.
Gotcha. Indecisive. Are you dating right now?
No.
You that driven?
It's not that I don't want to date. It's hard to date.
Do you feel at 24,
It's terrible.
I was just about to say your counterparts, you're 24 to 27, are they mature enough for Tempest Tuesday?
I don't know. I'm learning that. Because for me, it starts to tackle my insecurities sometimes because I don't have the normal female job.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
My field is male dominant. So certain guys, you have to know if they can even be able to deal with that. But once you know me and you know how I am, but that's the thing where I say I feel like I'm judged before you even get to know me.
Gotcha.
Because if you knew how I really am and how I am outside, you would be like, okay, she's the one for me.
Real.
But if you probably go to my page and look at it like, she probably be outside, she probably be in this person's face, but it's like you don't even know me. This is my job.
It's my integrity.
I'll choose my job before I choose over a man because I'm paying my bills. And you could too, but I can never be a woman that just sit there and let somebody handle my life. I don't want that.
Gotcha.
Because once you leave, then what? What am I doing? Yeah, so no.
That's real.
I would want to work. Especially if it's something I love. Like, then it's not work to me.
Marriage.
Yes.
Do you think that's something you'll ever...
I want to.
Come on, that's what's up.
I want to. Probably about it. I would love, I don't know what timing, but I would love to be married by 29.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Why 29?
So I can start a family.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Real.
I want to get married before I have kids.
I was just about to say, you're not going to put the cart before the horse? Okay. Real.
No, I can't do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, did y'all hear that? Listen to Tempest.
You can't have kids for everybody.
Real. What would you change about this life? The world right now. What would you change? What's some things you would change about it?
The genuineness. Us I feel like in our culture and us being Black is to love each other more and to help each other more.
That's right.
We do not help each other.
Now we're about to tap this. Why do you feel at your young lens, 24, why do you feel like at this age, we're not helping each other enough? Why do you feel like that?
One, I live in Atlanta. Everybody think they're a celebrity in Atlanta. No matter what. That's just how Atlanta moves. Like,
is that a good or bad thing?
Good and bad.
Because we are oppressed people.
Yeah. Good and bad, but I just feel like we don't help each other enough to be able to get somewhere. We're so quick to want to shit on people than to share it. That's the thing. Nobody wants to share. Unless, you really got that relationship with someone that they want to share with you. But we quick just want to shit on you. That's just how, and we're flashy. Like, Black people are so flashy.
Why do you?
They are.
Why do you think we're so flashy?
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know if it's more so ego-driven. I think it's more of an ego-driven thing. Like, being able to say you're doing something that someone else is not. Or, I think it's ego-driven.
And with this ego-driven industry we're in, because it's one thing to be on camera, off the scene, behind the scenes, before the interview starts, after the interview starts. Some people, it's like, man, you're a different guy. You're a different lady, like off camera. Do you feel like this is part of the entertainment that we deal with?
I do definitely think people are starting to be themselves more. Yeah, they are.
And it takes a podcast like yours.
Yeah, people are starting to be themselves.
To be themselves.
And unapologetic about it. At first, I think a lot of people used to hide certain things about themselves, but I think it's more really starting to come out more. And I like that. Mm-hmm.
Real. You mentioned Beyonce, Future, Young Thug. Did you say MJ? No, you said
I did. Mm-hmm.
MJ. And the fifth one was Lotto.
Yeah.
3 of them wear their heart on their sleeve, I believe. Thug, Future, MJ. Lotto does to a degree. Beyonce does to a degree. Do you think that's necessary? I asked you earlier on as far as what do you think, the game is missing? Do you think it's necessary as artists, even as yourself, into this realm to paint that perfect picture, to be authentic and vulnerable? Do you think that's important?
Yes, because at the end of the day, we're all real people and we go through real things on camera, off camera. So I feel like if more people were able to show off that everything isn't always easy or it looks glamorous, then you get a lot of respect more. Like, I started a second YouTube channel because in about 10 years, I want girls, or, guys, but mainly girls, younger girls, even if they're older than me, I want them to be able to go look and see that I did this brick by brick.
Your vlogs. And
there was nothing perfect about it. Because who wants to learn from someone that just shows the high ends? Like, I don't want that.
Real.
That's why it's like I want a female mentor. I do want a female mentor so bad because I want to be able to just, learn different things from a woman, and just being able to start somewhere and just seeing how I grow from where I started with that person, and just the genuineness of it, because people don't show what happens before they make it. It's always the end road. And it's like, ain't no way I'm about to jump off the porch and I'm about to just blow up like that. There had to be some things behind the scenes that had to be done before you hit that mark. And people do not show that off enough.
That transparency.
Yeah, you have to be transparent.
And the crazy part is, me, I do my homework. Even when during your vlog, you were speaking to a couple guys behind the scene and saying, man, I'm doing this interview, I'm so nervous. It's things like that.
Yeah.
That
I tell some of my guests sometimes, I'm like, are you nervous? They be like, no. And they be like, you are? I'm like, yeah. I'm not afraid to say that.
I'm a person.
Sometimes I am nervous on people I'm interviewing. I am.
People ask, why you keep that fan on you? I'm like, bro, I'm nervous. Why do you keep that sweat rag?
Yeah,
I'm nervous.
Because I'm low-key shy.
That's what that's why you're the first person I asked that to, this question, introvert, extrovert, because I'm a natural introvert, but I just have this thing, like you say, when the lights and cameras on, you could be somebody different. Yeah. Like, it's just a thing, almost like how MMA fighter goes in and fights, and when he gets out, he curls up in the locker room, it's a thing. But that's that's something, just giving that behind the scenes.
Yeah, being able to just show that. So I like being able to show people what I'm doing from back then to now. There's nothing wrong with it, because it's it'll let you even know that I've been doing this for a while.
Long time, right. It wasn't just, like you said, microwave.
It wasn't microwave. I didn't just choose this and be like, oh, I want to do this, or this is fine.
It's real. That's real. That's real. What's next for you?
What's next for me? I don't know. I think God the only one knows, what's really next. I can give you things to say, what's next, but I don't really know. I'm trying this thing where I don't want to be able to speak and then it's not something that happens.
Gotcha.
But I'm revamping my studio, guys. It's gonna look totally different on my new episodes. Getting more focused and getting more out there, and hopefully I have a team by the end of this year.
That's real. And what type of things are you looking for in a team for those who may be looking on right now? What's some things you're looking for?
Editor, more PR.
Gotcha.
And I would say assistants.
Gotcha.
And top feedback. What I'm doing wrong, tell me.
Real.
Because I'm doing something wrong, probably.
Which is why you say you want a mentor, in a sense of, is that something you're seeking out, trying to find?
Yes, okay. I have a few. Can I name them?
Of course.
Shout out to Danye Taylor.
Come on.
Shout out to Bear Line. Shout out to Amber Grimes and Karen Silver.
Come on.
I gotta give them their flowers.
That's right, for sure.
And Abs the Boss.
Gotcha.
Yeah, those are my top. I would love to work with any of those.
Real.
They all deserve it.
Are they all here in the city, or?
I think some of them are based in different areas, but a lot of I think their connections and who they work with are in Atlanta.
Based in, gotcha, for sure. When it's all said and done, Tempest Tuesday, what is your legacy?
What is my legacy? I've never been asked that before. What is my legacy? I will say, if I could tell myself, it would be that you know how you can see someone in passing and you really know them, and you're looking over to your person that's sitting next to you and you be like, oh, that's so and so. Mine will be, that's that girl. That's that girl, because that girl is gonna go so long way, because your sentence gonna continue, and whatever you might say is gonna be something good.
Real.
Mm-hmm. That girl. If you notice on my page, it's that girl with the podcast. Mm-hmm.
Respect.
Yeah.
You're on a mission, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's for the, not even saying average, but just for the common, they wouldn't understand your mission.
Until it happens. I don't be thinking sometimes I think my family is starting to understand more now, but at first it was like it could be like, I mean, Tempest, does it make sense, or are you sure? But it's like, yes, just trust the process. Just trust the process. Cause I'm gonna make mistakes. Like I'm not afraid of that. But I do just feel like it's so weird, because as a kid I be like, everybody got fairy tales,
right?
But I be dreaming with my eyes open. Like
Gotcha.
I be seeing stuff like it's gonna happen. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna figure it out. And when things be happening, I be like so full circle. Like sometimes when I'm in the moment and things are happening for me, I don't really take on what's really happening until after the fact. My expressions be more inside than it is on my face. Like I'll be like, wow, but like on the outside, you probably really don't even know that I'm so excited or whatever. I'm more so shocked, because I take pride in where I've gotten so far, that I did it by myself.
Real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, it's like I still have a long way to go. I'm still like everything. I'm counting these markers, but I'm not sitting in these markers. I'm not sitting in this.
I personally think, you guys, that one day I'm gonna be that person that you can't fuck with. Like I won't be able to be fucked with. Yeah,
I know.
I definitely feel that way.
That's real.
Yeah. And I don't know what age that's gonna be.
No, it's
gonna be that.
And it ain't microwave popcorn either. It's the Honda Civic took 10 days to manufacture. The Maybach took a year. It took a year. It takes time. It takes time. It does, for sure. And it's like seeing what Angie Martinez, in real life, her podcast. But she was able to build that based upon who she was.
Right.
Like Tempest Tuesday is building this. Mm-hmm. And boy, like, just journey already, second to none.
Thank you.
Out of here.
Thank you so much.
Sis, for sure, for sure. What's that one message you would give to all your supporters watching this and the new people tuning in to you? What's that one message you would give to them? Don't
stop supporting me. Like, I need that. Everybody needs support. It helps you keep going, and you're not that person without those supporters. So it's like it helps you stay driven, and also just don't be afraid for going after what you want, because you just never know what can happen or who you might be, who you might meet. Nothing. Just don't worry about what's happening in the present. Worry about what's happening in the future.
Real.
And enjoy the present time. Live in it.
Live in it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Live. I would say live. Yeah. Cause I be living it. Like I travel, I do a lot, and it could be in situations where like maybe it's not even a time for me to be traveling, but it's like I really don't know when the day God taking me off this earth. So it's like I gotta do stuff to just be able to say I did it. Like
real. Like I often say, like people wait.
They wait time and stuff like that.
In a wheelchair to go travel the world.
It also experiences also help you with life too, though. Like being able to adapt. Like I said again, adapt to different people and adapt to different cultures and stuff like that. So you wouldn't want to be able to be like, cause you have people be like that. I don't eat that. I'm a chicken finger nigga. And you just be like, I'm glad you're proud to say that, but at the same time, try a steak.
Make sure it's medium. That's real though. That's real.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, I get it, but don't be afraid to try other foods and stuff like that. So yeah.
And while I'm thinking about that, Tempest Tuesday, the recording artist, you seeing this life on its own gives more to speak about. You know what I'm saying? For as a recording artist, you know, traveling, singing all this, like, because that's one thing.
It helps.
It does. Writers always say, man, I just need more experience. I need to go places. I need to see this. And I'm often hearing that as well. So that's real.
Yeah.
With $50 million in your bank account tomorrow morning, Tempest Tuesday, what changes about you?
My mama ain't working another day. Yeah. Yeah. My mom's not gonna work another day. And
look at Mama with a quarter crack. That's real though.
I would say
I love it.
I don't know.
I love it.
I would probably be able to, cause I'm gonna get that and I'm gonna flip that. So that amount you just said won't even be the amount I'm gonna have. I would go flip it, and it's just gonna. I feel like it's gonna take me back to my childhood too.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Like, of what that felt like, or just seeing how, like, happy everyone was around me and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Respect. Do you have anything else for your supporters before we get out of here?
Y'all keep going. And hopefully y'all see some guys soon.
That's right. That's right. Tempest Tuesday, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You already know it.
Show was so dope.
Come on, sis. You know it. Appreciate that. That's
you.
your tradition on the Integrity Response. If you could grab one fortune cookie, open it, read it for your supporters, and just like that, we out of here. It's my favorite part of the show when I get to hear that in the headphones.
I don't want to make a mess. And let's see what it says. Ooh. Be not afraid of growing slowly. Be afraid only of standing still.
What?
I just said this. That is so
crazy. That is crazy.
Damn, did you do that?
You picked it. That's crazy.
I just said that. That is so crazy. That's funny.
Integrity.
That's really funny.
That is dope.
See, I know something.
That you do. That's a fact, sis. Well mature beyond your years for sure.
Thank you.
Tempest Tuesday, the Integrity Response 2024. Be on the lookout for everything she's already done, everything she's doing, everything she's about to do. Signing off.
I'm here.